And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Raj and Rich Show. Normally, I would look to the side and say, hey, go ahead, but I'm not looking to the side because if you're wondering what the fuck is going on, you'll notice that Raj is not here. Raj feels that at this moment, you will not want him to appear on the show. I believe that he is full of shit. And so now I'm trying to reconnect. Due to poor wireless connection, your video has been paused. Okay, so evidently my video has been paused. So anyway, there we go. Anthony O'Neill has already chimed in saying, bullshit, give me Raj. So there we go. Alright, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting to make a determination on whether Raj will make an appearance on the show, and my Facebook feed has said, fuck you, it's shutting down, let's talk about some things that happened in the news. Well, we would normally start off the show covering Amtgard, however, nothing happened in Amtgard. That's right, nothing. People showed up to Park, people fought at Park, people went home. There was no shenanigans today. There's been no shenanigans this week. However, we will say that our friends over in the wetlands has continued their rise of power by continuously banning their own members. Another person was banned this past week. Only thing I could figure out is they didn't suck enough dick. I'm not quite sure what is going on over in the wetlands. Because at some point, if you ban enough people, you no longer qualify as a kingdom. Maybe that's the goal after all. Maybe the leadership is turning around and deciding that they're going to undermine the kingdom and slowly dismantle it by banning every member of it. By the time they get done at this rate, by next year, they will have a total of 33 people and they will be known as Burning Lands 2.0. Now moving on. So since nothing else happened in the world of Amtgard, hello Drago. Since nothing else happened in the world of Amtgard, I guess we can kind of move on with the news. The Princess of Wales today lost her shoe. They considered it a national emergency, and many people were dispatched. However, the butler found the shoe right afterwards. The emergency was then canceled. The military was taken off of alert, and she was handed back her shoe. In other news, while we're still waiting for people to chime in on whether or not they want Raj on the show or not, a man was found missing. Go figure, he was found, but he was missing. The man evidently had not updated his Google Maps and had driven into a field when his GPS told him to turn left now. Not paying attention to what he was doing, he drove in the middle of the field and was instantly lost. He was there for several hours confused because the GPS told him to turn on road, but there was no road. Fire departments were dispatched out and helicopter teams found the man standing in the middle of the field. He was now no longer lost, he was found. He was found, he did the things that many people do and they blindly follow a computer system telling you which way to go. You know, like when you open up your email and it says, hot single chicks in your neighborhood. Not realizing only your family lives in your neighborhood. But you figure, why not? Incest would be cool. At least you know them. But do you know them? Now moving on. In Yugoslavia today, a man found himself, and that is all. Nothing more to report in Yugoslavia. There's nothing to report in Yugoslavia because there's nothing to find in Yugoslavia. In fact, the Yugoslavian people are still looking for Yugoslavia. If somebody please look, Google satellite, pinpoint it, and get them on the right direction. In China today, there was Chinese food made, and it was original. However, we will say that the population of feral cats in China is at an all-time low. Now moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking down the list in the chat room, and I'm seeing that people are wanting Raj on the show. I'm also looking over here at Facebook, and I see that over there they're wondering, where the hell is Raj? I think we've come to a conclusion that Raj needs to be on the show. He's been debating this all day, and I've told him he's crazy. Somebody told me, no shit, he is crazy. Well, we all know this, and so am I. So at this time, I'm going to say, based off of the opinion of the people watching the show, that Raj needs to be on the show. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot the fuck on over so Raj can be on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I reintroduce to you Raj.
I'm Raj.
There you go. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raj and Rich Show now. It is Raj and Rich Show. And people are, and in the words of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and it was much rejoicing. Yay. Yay. There we go. So now, we can actually maybe move on with things that are going on in the world.
Yes.
Okay. So, oh yes. This was a story that you found because we were making the jokes earlier about air defense artillery not being artillery.
So, the way that story happened, I was actually at lunch with one of our friends.
Hi there, how are you?
Who happens to be air defense artillery. Now, we were sitting around a table filled with brand new soldiers who were part of the air defense artillery unit on Fort Hood.
We're saying air defense artillery a lot.
Even though they are not fucking artillery.
No.
I was artillery.
I went to an artillery base. I was at Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Fort Sill's nice.
Not
sometimes.
Really. In the words of Donald Trump, it's a shithole.
It is a shithole. Shithole.
Been there twice.
Anyways, so we got into a debate where I'm like, you know what? ADA is an artillery. Artillery is artillery. The ADA is not. So they got all up in arms and all like, well, how can you fucking say that? It says artillery in the name.
Yeah? Really? Okay, cool. My last name has Wilson in it. I don't own the sporting goods company.
Exactly.
Not even a close reference. It sounded much better in my head.
So I asked them, you know, how the fuck are you artillery? And they're all like, oh, well, we have rockets and missiles. And I said, well, artillery has that too.
Hello there.
They're like, well, you know, we actually shoot them. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure artillery shoots our missiles or rockets more than ADA does.
Last time I heard, ADA didn't really doing a whole hell of a lot.
ADA hasn't done shit in years.
Okay.
Well, they've had a couple of things happen, but they're not artillery. Because artillery is what we call high angle and low angle fucking hell.
That's real.
Because it is there just to fucking blow shit up. ADAs used to go ahead and blow planes out of the fucking sky.
Artillery is what's currently happening not far from our house.
Yeah, artillery from Fort Hood is actually doing artillery drills at the moment. So anytime that you hear a loud boom and then the shit shakes, now you know why. It's not because we're having a fucking earthquake. It's because fucking artillery guys are like, hey, it's a really nice night to go ahead and launch some shit.
Yeah, let's blow some crap up, you know, from a long ways away.
Fucking telephone poles.
There you go.
Yeah, so it got fucking hilarious where I'm just laughing my ass off at these, you know, fucking newbies. They're completely fucking shiny, straight out of fucking AIT.
Their heads were still gleaming.
It was hilarious. And they tried to talk to me, a veteran who has actually done shit, deployed, and fucking blown shit up with fucking arty and shit, because that was my whole job, calling that shit in and telling them where the fuck to blow shit up.
Dervish is checking in and says he was in the 2nd of the 3rd Field Artillery, 1st AD.
Hell yeah.
They use Paladins.
Yes, Paladins are fucking amazing. 155mm self-propelled guns. I love them.
Yes.
They were my best fucking friend.
Yes.
That and fucking mortars.
Okay, so back to your story.
So back to the fucking story. So the reason why this is fucking hilarious is because everybody's getting all up in arms. I'm like, y'all are fucking stupid. Quit doing stupid shit. So the reason why we got to this is because, apparently, what was it? In Syria, in Idlib, Syria, a Sukhoi 25, Russian Sukhoi 25 got shot down.
That, for those of you who do not know military terminology, that is a Russian fighter jet.
It is a ground support Russian fighter jet.
Yes.
Their whole job is to literally come in, swoop, shoot shit, and drop bombs.
Yep.
So they were trying to go ahead and go against, you know, fucking Al-Qaeda and all that shit and fucking blow shit up that way in Idlib, Syria. Well, apparently Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, which is like an Al-Qaeda splinter group, decided to use a shoulder-based surface-to-air missile and shot down the Sukhoi 25.
Their air defense artillery is doing more than ours.
Yes. And they're the bad guys.
You know, and the reason why the ADA is not doing a whole hell of a lot is because ISIS does not have its own air force.
No.
So there's nothing to shoot out of the sky.
Nope.
You know, unless they decide to start strapping bombs that like balloons.
I will say, actually, what was it? In one of our
I
earlier...
just gave them an idea.
In one of our earlier episodes, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we talked about that one bombing in Saudi Arabia that almost happened when we had all those VIPs in a building.
Yeah.
And one of the other countries decided to launch a couple of rockets at him. And the ADA that was around there shot him down.
Kilnell says he didn't do it.
When have you ever done shit, Ben?
He's done lots of shit. He's just not guilty of doing the bad shit.
Well, I mean, going to the bathroom and taking a shit doesn't count.
He does lots of shit.
No, he does shit a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways.
Eating those donuts from Round Rock Donut. That'll make you shit.
Yes, it will. Yes, it definitely will.
So, back to your story.
So, yeah, so, you know, this splinter group of Al-Qaeda went ahead and knocked out a Russian jet. Well, I can pretty much tell you those Russians are pretty fucking pissed.
The reason why this is louder than the YouTube one is because the microphone for this right here is right over here. The microphone for that is way over there.
About 6 feet.
It's about 6 feet away.
About 6 feet.
Yeah. At some point, I will have money and I'll actually get us a mic to sit right here.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome. I used to have one and then I gave it to my dad.
Get our own pair of mics.
I used to have a whole board, the whole 9 yards, and then I gave it to my dad.
I know how to run it.
So do I.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. So, yeah, so it's funny is that this whole story about, you know, about how Russia is getting hit and everything like that, Syria, actually does tie into our next story.
It does?
It does. Because remember how the person who spoke for this thing that we're about to talk about next talked about the U.S. coalition forces working side by side with other entities.
Well, yeah. See, this past week, the major news story of the week was, of course, the State of the Union address by the President of the United States. Now, I didn't get a chance to actually sit down and watch it in full in its entirety until today. I got to watch one piece of it earlier this week, but I didn't get to watch the entirety until today.
Yeah.
Okay, then we saw the Democrat response. Okay. So, I watched the major media networks' response to the State of the Union. Okay?
So did I.
I saw the people on my Facebook feed this week, you know, talking about the State of the Union. Y'all motherfuckers are idiots. Because we evidently didn't watch the same speech.
Fucking idiots.
Okay? We evidently didn't watch the same speech because when I watched the speech, okay, I get it. Y'all don't like Donald Trump's approach. I get that. Okay? I get that you don't like the way that he presents things. However, when I watched the speech, and there was a few problems I had with the speech, but all in all, he laid out the problem that was in the country. First, he prefaced it with an example of heroism, you know, or people in the country doing things that show resolve. And then he stated the problem, and then he came up with a solution or an idea. Okay? Now, you may not like his solutions. I wasn't a fan of every one of them. Okay? you may not like the way that he worded the problems, because a lot of people are like, well, it was gloomy. Okay, well, sorry about your luck, but the last 2 administrations did not exactly leave this place a plentiful field of sunshine, rainbows, and daisies. They really didn't. The last 2, Bush and Obama, just really jacked this country up.
If and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
There you go. You know, so he laid out the problems. He came up with a solution, and multiple times during that speech, he reached out and said, we need to get together and fix this problem. Multiple times he said that we need bipartisanship.
He never said the Republicans need to do this or the Democrats need to do this.
No.
He said we as a Congress.
In fact, during the whole debate about immigration, he stated, you need to be the first Congress to fix the problem. He didn't say, well, you need to be the first Republican Congress or the first Democratic Congress. He said, you need to be the first Congress to resolve this problem. He could have said the Republicans need to fix it.
Yeah.
Okay. He could have said this. Now, he was a little off on his percentage for what he stated for the African American employment being at an all-time low. It's not 100% accurate.
No, but it has gone down quite considerably.
But it's gone down quite considerably. Job creation has gone up quite considerably. Yeah, some of the things that he was saying was a little more inflated than the actual truth. Okay. However, he wasn't completely incorrect.
No.
You know, the stock market is at an all-time high, and in the last year has produced over $8 trillion in value, which is better than the last 6 presidents combined.
Yes.
Okay. So things are going up. They're improving. You know, during the immigration speech, he threw out, which this made a lot of people on the right upset, a pathway to citizenship. He also did say that he still wants it. It wants the wall built. Okay. He said these things, and the bad part about it was the immediate reaction by the press. Okay. The immediate reaction by the press that we watched that was covering this said it was all doom and gloom. He divided the country even further.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And that he was knocking down immigrants and illegals and anything like that.
They said that he claimed that illegal immigrants were MS-13, when that's not what he said.
No, what he said specifically was, and granted, the concept of what he talked about.
Yes.
Where he brought in, 2 pairs of parents, where they lost their 2 daughters.
Their 2 teenage daughters. One was getting ready to turn 16.
No, it was on one of their 16th birthday.
Was it on? I thought he said she was going to be turning the next day.
It was the 16th birthday of one of them. They were coming home.
How you doing?
And apparently, there were 6 illegal, unaccompanied.
No, they arrested 6 of them.
Yeah.
But these 6,
they were undocumented, illegal, unaccompanied minors.
Yeah, they got in through the loophole of the unaccompanied minor.
And they
portion.
were all 6 that were arrested were MS-13, and they got into the high school, followed them, and killed them.
Yep. Okay, he didn't say all illegal immigrants are MS-13. He did not say that. He stated that these people that perpetrated this murder were MS-13 members that used a loophole in the immigration system to get into the country and do what they've done.
And immediately, the media just fucking twisted everything around just to make them look bad.
And then turned around and said that he called all illegal immigrants MS-13. Members of MS-13. That's not what happened.
No, that's...
Okay,
we literally sat there and watched it.
I'm sitting there looking at it, going, where in the hell did he say that during his speech? They never said that.
No.
Okay. The one thing I took away from it is somebody really needs to work on his performance when he's using a teleprompter.
Yes.
Because he spent most of the time during his speech looking through the teleprompter that put him aimed at the Republican side of the House, which he should have switched back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Okay. He kept turning completely to the left, so you had a perfect right side profile. No, there was a lot of times he just went.
Yeah.
That I was just looking at that, going, okay, I know what your side profile looks like. We can stop that. So that was just something they definitely need to work on with him. If he's going to use a teleprompter,
yeah,
you're going to put two of them, because you always put two in there. And the reason why you put two in there is you got them sitting like this. So you're looking at this side of the crowd, and then you look at this side of the crowd, and then you look at this side of the crowd, so everybody feels included.
Just so you know, we don't use teleprompters.
We do not. We make this crap up on the fly. That's why it's so horrible.
Yes.
You know, and I think they need to work on him with that. They definitely need to work on the teleprompter, how to speak to the crowd. Off teleprompter, he's fine. He's all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he reacts with everybody in the crowd. You put him on a teleprompter, and he gets stuck, and he kind of looked uncomfortable a little bit there, but those were my takeaways. I did not see it as divisive. I did not see it as all doom and gloom. Okay.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people made the deals going, well, immigration is a big hot topic and the big topic of the country right now, but it took him 45 minutes to get to it. Okay. I've written speeches before.
Yeah.
Okay. I've written stuff, and what you do, a good speechwriter will give you a build-up to your main topic, your centerline topic, which right now is immigration.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have a build down, and then you have you go down from it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was 45 minutes leading up to it. Okay, it was the longest part of the speech was about immigration,
and that was the main focus.
That was the main focus of that speech. And then the come down for the other small things after that. He talked about a lot of times about the country coming together to do things. What irritated the ever-living hell out of me watching that speech?
Fucking Democrats.
Okay. I understand, and I know there's people watching this show that hate the fact that Donald Trump is president. They absolutely hate it. Okay, I get that. Okay. However, when he's talking about things that we as a country should be celebrating, like the veteran heroes of this country, you know, when the crowd stands up to cheer, when they panned over, the Democrats were still sitting down.
And it wasn't just the veterans; it was also the civilians.
Well, and when
it was everybody.
The police officer. Then when they showed over at the police officer, I was amazed. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and a couple other Democrats stood up, but Bernie Sanders sat on his ass the entire time, never got up once.
And so did the rest of the Democratic caucus.
Okay, when he made the comment about how jobs in the African American community, you know, has gone up and unemployment's gone down, the Congressional Black Caucus didn't even move. Didn't even move. Like I said, I get it. You don't like the guy. Okay, I get it. However, when there's things that are said that we should all be celebrating, you can stand up and cheer. Nobody's going to give a damn. You know, I'm sorry, but as a voter, if I'm looking at who I'm voting for and they can't even stand up and applaud the fact of a sergeant who was a hero, okay, they couldn't even stand up and applaud for him.
Oh, Staff Sergeant Justin Peck?
Yes. Okay. I'm not voting for the guy because obviously he doesn't care. It's all about his group and his group only. He gives no damn about anything else. I'm sorry. I'm upset with the way the Democrats handled themselves. And the worst part is, did you see how many Democrats were there?
A lot.
No, there wasn't.
Oh, well.
There was like a total of 25. And you're talking about both the Senate and the House. Okay, you're talking about the Senate and the congressman. Okay, both houses. are there.
Yeah.
At the State of the Union. Okay? The Republicans, there was so many of them, they sat in the seats the Democrats didn't even fill. They had like 25 of them. Total. I get it. You don't like him. But damn it. You know?
You don't have to like the guy to do your fucking job.
No, you don't have to like the guy. But when he's talking about stuff that... Even when he brought up infrastructure. Infrastructure.
And that was the biggest thing the Democrats have been pushing for.
That's a Democrat thing. Always has been. They still would not stand up and cheer. They would not stand up and clap when he said, we need to fix infrastructure now.
Yeah.
They still wouldn't do it.
And he brought up a really good point. He even said the Empire State Building was built in 1 year.
It takes 10 years to get approved permit to build a road in a town. Okay? And he went on about infrastructure, and they just and I think Nancy Pelosi left her teeth in her office.
Probably.
Because she was sitting there, this is her the whole time.
She looked like she was sucking lemons.
Just the whole time. It's like she left her teeth in her office. I don't know what happened there. But then to make it worse, okay, the grandson of Robert Kennedy, and looks just like Robert Kennedy, by the way.
Yeah,
he looks just looks just like his grandfather. Okay, he was the one the brother of John F. Kennedy, who running for president. Afterwards was shot during while he was running for president.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, he was in charge of doing the Democrat response, and
I was so fucking pissed at this shit.
Okay. Everybody's sitting there talking about how President Trump was divisive. It was all doom and gloom. It was everything else. Kennedy's entire freaking speech, first of all, was nothing but a vote for me in November speech. It was a campaign trail speech. That's all it was. It was completely divisive. All he sat there and said is the Republicans are at fault for everything and the Democrats are the saviors.
The Democrats know what's going on. The Democrats understand this is what's happening.
He sat there and said, we've got this problem, that problem, this problem. Never offered a fucking solution. Not even an idea.
Trump did, though.
Okay? Not once did he say, this is how we as the Democrats want to fix this. Never. Not once. And he divided every part of it. He brought it, he put in class warfare. He brought that into the fold.
He brought in school shootings.
He brought in race. He brought in immigration. He brought in immigration. Us versus them. Immigration. He brought in the transgenders. I mean,
brought in marriage.
Everything he said, he sat there and said, they're evil. We're the good guys.
Stand behind us.
But we don't have a plan. That's what I got from that. And what made it even worse. Okay, I get it. There's people in our country that do not speak English. I get this. Okay. However, in order to become a citizen of the United States, do you not have to pass a basic English test?
You do.
You have to understand. You have to be able to read, write, and comprehend basic English, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Senator Kennedy decided that he was going to give part of his speech in Spanish. Now, I get it. But however, the people who are watching your speech, who cannot speak English, are probably watching on the Spanish channel of Telemundo, which somebody translates everything you say in Spanish.
In real time.
In real time. So there's not a point to you saying anything in Spanish. None. By the time he got finished, I'm sitting there going, you know, when he first started the speech, I was going with him. I'm like, I think this guy's going to run for president one day. By the time he got done, I was sitting there going, I hope to God you don't, because we're going to be in a civil war.
Do you know what I got to say to his fucking speech? Todo se paga.
I don't know what that said.
That means fucking done.
Okay. And that's how his speech went. And if you guys don't believe me, go on Hulu, watch the State of the Union address.
Yep.
Fast forward to the Democratic response, and listen to his speech. It is as divisive as it possibly can, is painting Democrats as a victim and the Republicans as the enemy. That's all it did. It's their fault, not ours.
And then
when you guys aren't doing shit in Congress either.
They're the reason why the government fucking shut down.
But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you it's the Republicans' fault.
Fucking idiots.
Okay. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. And the proof that it was the Democrats' cause of shutdown, who came to the Republican side saying, okay, we'll go ahead and do it. We'll agree to an extension to the 8th. Chuck Schumer, the minority leader.
Yep.
Chuck Schumer. Who caved? Because they knew they fucked up and it was going to hurt them in November.
Yep.
Okay.
Especially since they're going through the mid fucking.
Well, they got midterm elections are coming up in November. They're coming up in November, and every media outlet will tell you that the Democrats are
going to take
the House and the Senate back, and it's just going to be horrible for Donald Trump. Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to fucking happen.
The problem is when you talk to people on the street, that's not where we're at.
No.
That's not where we're at in this country. I do not know where this poll number keeps coming up that he is the most unlike president in history in a first year. I don't know where this is coming from.
It's probably from the same people that said the same thing about Hillary Clinton.
It was said that Hillary Clinton was going to win the election and didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Technically, she won the popular vote, but, you know...
Yeah, but the popular vote also includes the people who can't vote.
Well, no. It's not that. There's a reason why we have an electoral college.
Yes.
Okay. The reason why we have an electoral college, folks, is so 11 cities in this country don't determine who's the president of the United States. Because it literally, 11 cities would determine it.
Yes.
Nobody else in this country would even matter if we did not have the electoral college.
Correct.
Okay, 11 cities total. Out of how many major cities we have in this country?
Shit ton.
11 major cities. The top 11 major cities would determine, just by population alone, who would become the president of the United States of America. So nobody in rural America whatsoever would matter at all.
Fucking idiots.
Okay, so that's why we have an electoral college. For those of you who say, well, he didn't win the election. Well, yes, he did. Because who's in the office?
Cheeto.
Every time somebody, see there, you know, call him whatever you want.
He didn't even look like a Cheeto during the city.
That's because he hasn't been getting a spray tan shit.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, you know, it's like, wow, there's a semi kind of reddish white guy underneath of all that.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought it was fucking hilarious that, you know, the Democrats and the actual major news outlets are all like, yeah, you know, Trump is the worst president in history, blah blah blah. You know, he's fucking dividing the country, dividing the parties,
worst president
yada yada yada. History. But this entire time, even during the fucking shutdown, Trump literally said, and even during the speech, we need to come together, bipartisanship. He even said that before the State of the Union, when all this shit with the fucking government shutdown was going on.
He said it during the State of the Union. He said it multiple times. I quit counting. I just got tired of counting how many times he referenced we need to come together and fix this.
He always said us, together, bipartisan. He never said Republicans, never said Democrats. He literally told them, while the shutdown was going on and before that, if you, as members of the Congress, come together, bipartisanship, and send me whatever you got, even if I don't agree with it, even if I'm not a big fan of it, I will still sign it because you came together to fucking work on this.
Yeah. And they didn't.
No.
That's why we're in the boat we're in now, and we have, today's the 3rd?
Today is the 3rd.
We got 5 more days.
5 more days, otherwise the government's going to shut down again.
So, there you go.
And what are the Democrats doing? Fucking sitting out, thumbs up their fucking asses, sucking and twiddling the fucking thumbs.
A plan has been put out there. Now let's just see where they go with it. Now we know every plan that goes into Congress. Okay, every time it goes in the House of Representatives, just the House of Representatives, let's just say both houses.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's never the same way that it went in. It comes out different.
Correct.
Okay, fine. But a plan is there. Now go with it. Figure it out. Groundwork has been laid. Okay, you don't want the 4-pillar system that Trump's put together. Okay, then figure out another one. Take what he's got, figure out what you like out of it, and then put in your own. He already said he'd sign it. He's just, okay, here's the groundwork. This is what I would like to see. Now bring something to me. There you go. It's not that fucking difficult. They make it difficult. That's why. Everybody's like, well, it's a lot more complicated than that, Rich. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. It really isn't. It's everybody else making it complicated. That's the problem.
Fucking idiots.
So, on that note, shortly following the State of the Union address, in fact, the very next day, they have this cool little retreat up in West Virginia, and I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. And I'm pretty sure if Kill Mill's still watching, he'll Google it for us and tell us.
With his Google food.
It's the one with the really sweet, what used to be secret big ass fucking bunker for the entire House of Representatives to be in.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were on their way up there
for a retreat.
And they got on the train. And
yeah, they boarded an Amtrak train.
They got on an Amtrak train. Okay. And they were riding on down the road, and all of a sudden, thump! And we're all Republicans on this train. Okay? They were riding down the road, and thump! They hit something. Well, lo and behold, they hit a dump truck. It was a trash truck. And unfortunately, they killed one of the passengers in the truck. Prayers out to the family on that one. However,
they're blaming the Republicans for this shit.
Media's already come out and said that it said that the GOP. There was already one media report saying that this happened because the GOP doesn't care about immigrants, and there was immigrants on the trash truck, and that's why the train didn't stop.
So,
I'm not shitting you, folks. That legitimately that story came out.
The funniest thing is that just because the Republican GOP is on a fucking train that is controlled by a different fucking company does not mean that it is the Republicans that had their fucking way with it. That it was the Republicans fucking engineering the fucking train and decided to go ahead and hit this fucking truck out of fucking nowhere and be like, oh, well, you know what, fuck that guy, they're fucking illegals. How the fuck are they even fucking know in the fucking first place?
However, I will say that after this train incident, the Republican National Committee has decided a few things will be taken off of their campaign speeches for the midterm elections. They will not be saying the terms, this train is coming through, either ride with us or get off the tracks, things of that nature. And also, the Quad City DJs will not be playing Come Ride This Train at any of the campaign rallies. So, something did positive come from it, because I don't know if anybody really wants to see the Quad City DJs live anymore.
Come on, ride the train.
Too soon. Too soon.
Like, I get
and speaking of things of too soon, it'll be tied into our next story. If you want to run with the next story, I'll take the one right after it.
Okay, so apparently, y'all know the Las Vegas shooter.
Mr. Stephen Paddock.
So, Stephen Paddock went ahead, knocked out the fucking window of his fucking hotel room at the Mandalay Bay, shot into the Crossroads fucking country concert that's going on.
Yes. During the Aldean concert.
Yeah,
Section of the concert.
James Aldean concert. So, apparently his ammo dealer from Arizona got arrested for selling and manufacturing armor-piercing rounds.
Yes.
Because Stephen Paddock had tracers, and tracers are usually indicators of armor piercing, because they have phosphorus tips on them.
Well, that, and for people who've never dealt with a tracer round before, tracer rounds are primarily used at night.
Yes.
So when you shoot,
you know exactly.
You know where the round is going, and you know if you need to adjust your fire to target.
Exactly. So with tracer rounds,
and they will set fires. I will tell you that right now.
Yes, they will.
We set the range at Fort Hood on fire a few times with tracer rounds.
Yes, yes. I set shit on fire with tracer rounds before downrange.
I set a bush on fire.
So apparently, the reason why they found out that it was him was because some of the casings still had some of his fingerprints on it.
This was also the same thing like I told you guys before last time when I talked about this story on the world famous Rich Wilson show. The reason why one of the reasons why they originally suspected his wife having something to do with it was because her fingerprints were on the shell casings too. However, they determined after interviewing her, she used to go to the range with him, and she would load the magazines. And so that's why her fingerprints were on her. It had nothing to do with what he had in the hotel room with him. She still did not know that that was going to happen, so that's why she was exonerated. But that was one of the things that made them seriously believe that she was involved, because her fingerprints were on casings and on magazines as well.
Not me, Barbie.
But here's the thing I got. Okay, one of them was an AR-15. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, one of these was an AR-15. Okay. The rounds that go in an AR-15. Okay, now you can consider armor piercing anything that would even pierce a bulletproof vest.
Yes.
Okay. During my time at the police academy, we had one of our instructors at the range had 3 decommissioned vests, and he put them on a stack of tractor trailer tires, and we walked up and shot the vest. We were about 10 feet away. Shot the vest. Okay. We layered all 3 of them over top of the truck tires.
And I'm sure you found an entry and an exit.
Not only did the round go through all 3, and we went center plate. The round went through all 3 and the truck tire, and went through the first one and broke apart on the second one, on the back one. Okay. Did not puncture the third one on the outside. Okay. That's so even just owning the weapon with the rounds it normally fires can technically be classified as armor piercing.
Yes.
Because it depends on your armor. Now, if we change the armor definition to tank armor, you can't put a round in an AR-15 that will pierce a tank.
No.
So you have to be careful, because the way they're defining armor piercing now would be anything that you put in an AR-15 and shoot it becomes armor piercing because of the velocity and the way that it penetrates. It will go through a bulletproof vest.
Well, yeah.
So that becomes armor piercing because that is body armor.
Yes.
So you have to be careful with them defining things as armor piercing, because an AR-15, yes, is armor piercing to body armor.
Yes.
It will go right through a vest. We did it at the academy. When we were at the police academy, like I said, we shot one 10 feet away. We shot 3. They were layered in 3. It pierced 3 vests through a tire and into 1 plate on the back. But, you know, they've arrested him, saying that he unlawfully sold armor-piercing rounds to Stephen Patton.
Not just unlawfully sold, but manufactured as well.
Yeah, because the guy was making them. Now, see, that's part of where they get him.
Yeah.
Because he was manufacturing these things. Yeah, you can manufacture your own ammunition. However, you can't manufacture armor-piercing. You definitely are not supposed to be manufacturing tracer round ammunition in your own garage.
Yeah, because tracer rounds are technically military grade, and you need special permits, special training.
Well, not to mention the fact too, you're required a certain level of hazmat license.
Yes.
For the phosphorus you're using to dip the tips in.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple different things there to where you're not supposed to be doing that anyway.
Correct.
So there was a lot of things. So yeah, the guy went to jail. Guy should be in jail. Okay, however, that ties into the next story. The gun show. There's a big gun show in Las Vegas every year, and I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. But it happens every single year.
Ben, Google foo.
Well, they decided only a couple months after the Las Vegas shooting to go ahead and hold their gun show, which their main center where they do their gun show at, when you walk out the front door, you can stare at the Mandalay Bay. I think that was a bit... I think that was too soon.
Way too soon.
If I was one of the organizers, like, look, I get everybody supporting your Second Amendment rights. Okay, I get it. However, this is a big tragedy, and our convention center is across the street from the Mandalay Bay. Either we need to move locations, or we need to postpone this shit for a year. Let things settle down.
But they didn't. They said, fuck you.
No, they went ahead and had it. When people asked them, reporters went. No reporter was allowed in the show because they knew when the reporter showed up, that's what they were going to ask about. But when they asked people outside, even the people attending the gun show agreed, yeah, this might have been too soon. Should have been postponed off. If there was ever an example of too soon, I really believe that should have been it. Okay. Pretty sure everybody heard that.
Probably. You want to go ahead and switch that over?
Yeah, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching at home on Facebook, I have to say goodbye to you now. Last time I forgot to turn it off. We are on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you type in the search column Raj and Rich Show, it's going to bring you to here. You will be able to click on that and you will be able to watch us on the YouTube channel because we only do the Facebook Live thing for so long before we shut it down.
It's already been on for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's been on for about 45 minutes. So, folks, if you want to watch the rest of the show and engage yourself in the chat room, go on over to YouTube, type in the Raj and Rich Show, R-A-J, and Rich Show. And you'll be able to find our link and you'll be able to click right on our live stream that we're doing right now. And then you can be a part of the chat that's over there as well. So, folks, on Facebook land, we say goodbye. Have yourself a good night, and we'll see you over here on YouTube. Bye. All right. So anyway, so yeah, like I said, if there's an example, if there's an example of too soon, that would definitely be it.
Definitely.
You know, if I was organizing the show, I'd be like, dude, that's it. You know, we need to rethink this one.
Yes.
Okay, but they didn't. They did it anyway. I get it. I seriously, I get it. But you know, whatever. So, and we move on from that.
Yes.
Now, our friends in North Korea, the crafty little bastards that they are, you know, they did all the sanctions on North Korea, trying to shut them down to where they have to agree to the world what they want, which is obviously nuclear disarmament.
Yes.
They
found a loophole.
They did, and what did they do?
So apparently, North Korea decided to go ahead and dodge international sanctions with fishing boats.
They were smuggling shit into the country that was against the sanctions.
No, they weren't smuggling things into the country. What they were doing was they were getting funds with fishing boats. Because apparently in Mozambique, Africa, fishing is very lucrative.
Yes.
So what they were doing was they had multiple shell corporations that were tied to North Korea and, you know, high officials in North Korea to funnel the money back into the country by purchasing 2 fishing trawlers called Susan 1 and Susan 2.
Desperately seeking Susan.
So apparently they were fishing, you know, all sorts of fucking shit and selling it on the markets in Mozambique, getting millions upon millions of dollars and funneling it back to North Korea to go ahead and vamp up their fucking nuclear
You can make millions of dollars fishing in Mozambique?
Yes.
Fuck, why am I here? I love to go fishing. If I can make millions doing it, let's do it.
Well, it's commercial fishing.
Oh, so we can't do it in a rowboat?
No.
Oh.
No, they have actual fishing trawlers.
Oh, I thought we some fishing poles, bait in a cooler, and we'll make millions.
No, they have like giant fucking nets that drag.
Well, I know how fishing trawlers work.
Yeah. But some fuckheads on here probably don't know.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love fishing, and you said millions of dollars fishing. I'm like, I'm in the wrong goddamn country.
I like fishing too, but I don't plan
Evidently, it requires more than just a line and a pole.
But I don't plan on going to Mozambique, especially if North Koreans are there.
Oh. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But that's how they get away with getting millions upon millions of dollars to go ahead and funnel back into North Korea to vamp up their fucking nuclear research.
That explains why the cat population in Mozambique has dropped significantly.
That would explain it.
The North Koreans are in town. Okay. They should have seen this coming.
Yeah.
They went, you know, when little Fluffy went missing, but yet the Korean food was on point.
Well, no, it wouldn't be Fluffy. You know, this is Mozambique, so I'm being...
Very true. Okay, so yeah, so they were smuggling funds. They were getting around the sanctions to get money to funnel it back to Korea, probably using PayPal.
Probably. I mean, PayPal is everywhere.
It is everywhere. Or they were investing in Bitcoin.
Maybe.
Even though Bitcoin's illegal in Korea.
Yeah, it's true.
Bitcoin is illegal in Korea. So, North Korea. Not South Korea.
Not South Korea.
South Korea,
they love technology and shit.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin is good in South Korea. It's not good in North Korea.
Yeah, no.
Because the Korean government has no control over it. Nope. Same thing with China. That's why China's having an issue with it, because they have no control over the currency.
Yeah.
So there you go. So
moving on to some pretty sad news.
I know a lot of my friends and fans like music, and unfortunately this week we lost a legend. Dennis Edwards, lead singer of The Temptations, passed away 2 days shy of his 75th birthday.
Which was today.
Yes. Sorry to see him go. Loved his music. You know, sources close to people said that while he was laying there passing away, somebody asked him how he was feeling. And the only thing he was able to say back to him was, "My girl. My girl." Talking about my girl.
Ooh, ooh.
And then somebody in the back chimed right in with, "My girl."
I wouldn't doubt it.
So, unfortunately, we say goodbye to Dennis Edwards in 2018. Another legend gone from the music community, because we don't have any legends making new music anymore.
No.
It's horrible.
Most of the music nowadays is complete and total fucking shit.
Yeah. Speaking of music news, too, we didn't put this in the list, but I'll go ahead and talk about it. For those of you who are really looking forward to Lady Gaga,
oh yeah,
Lady Gaga has canceled the remainder of her tour. You do understand that Lady Gaga does suffer from fibromyalgia, which is an extremely painful thing. Yeah. And unfortunately, it has flared up really badly, and she's had to cancel the remainder of her tour.
Because she is in extremely severe pain.
Yeah, so you know what? I actually like some of her stuff. You know, her political views, not so much, but I do like her stuff.
She is very sweet, very fucking talented.
She's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved watching her on American Horror Story's Hotel.
I actually just started American Horror Story.
Oh, you just started from the beginning?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that shit's gonna get confusing as shit, brother.
Well, I'm on episode 4 right now, and I'm already like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, the first one is just all over the map.
It's like lots of sex, lots of fucked up shit, lots of killing, lots of psycho, fucking everything like that. I'm like, whoa, this is pretty awesome.
Oh, don't wait till you get to the circus one.
What I thought was really awesome, because I had just rewatched
the circus one so far is one of my my favorite part of the series.
So you know me, I just finished rewatching How I Met Your Mother.
Yes, the whole series
again for like the 13th time.
Yes.
So apparently, I found out in American Horror Story in the first one, the maid is Barney Stinson's mom.
Yep.
That threw me for a fucking loop.
Oh,
I was like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, I will tell you that the cameos that go in this series, it's just like when you watch Coven, the series Coven, the one about the witches.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks makes an appearance in it.
I know that in American Horror Story, Kathy Bates plays a pretty good role in there.
She does. She plays one of the main characters in the circus.
I love Kathy Bates. She is phenomenal.
She is an absolutely awesome actress.
Oh my god.
By far, she is an awesome actress. But anyway, so like I said, those of you who were looking forward to maybe catching a Lady Gaga concert on this tour,
not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. She had to cancel the remainder of the tour.
Sorry for your loss, but fuck you.
And we weren't going to talk about it, but like I said, since we did talk about Dennis Edwards, it suddenly popped into my mind.
Yeah.
And I figured, well, why don't we cover it? So, now, let's talk about what happened in Hawaii.
So y'all know, probably a few weeks ago, we talked about the false missile alert that went on in Hawaii where people actually thought they were going to fucking die. That was our New Year's episode. That was our New Year's episode.
Yeah, that was our first episode of the 2018.
No, last episode of 2017.
No, it didn't happen in December. The fake Hawaii alert, it happened like 3 weeks ago.
Now, when we talked about it, It was our last episode of the year, because you talked about, you know, what was it that we would do if we only had 30 minutes to live.
Was it the end of the year?
It was.
I thought
it was the last episode of the year that we did.
I thought it happened in January.
It was episode 10.
Okay, so I was a little off. All right, so there we go. So anyway, we got inside access to what was really going on.
Beep.
And we found this out, because of course the story's out there that the guy who pushed the button to send the alert out thought it was a legitimate nuclear attack.
Even though it was a drill.
What we found out was he gets an audible alarm that tells him to push the button. Okay? And it's right? Okay? Well, little alarm goes off, he pushes button. Well, during this exercise, he completely and totally forgot that right next to his station, he was heating up a chicken burrito, and the microwave during this exercise had finished its cook, and the alarm for the microwave went off, and he pushes the button. A chicken burrito caused millions of people in a state to think the end of the world is coming. So folks, please, by all means, take great care when you are cooking your chicken burritos in the microwave. It almost led an entire state to anarchy over a chicken burrito.
It's all about that burrito life, yo.
I mean, damn chicken burritos, man. It was a pun line and a joke in the movie Battleship, because that's what started his military career.
A chicken burrito.
And he ended the movie having to eat a chicken burrito with the admiral whose daughter he wanted to marry. In Hawaii. Goddamn chicken burritos in Hawaii are dangerous. But here's what's worse.
I'd rather have a Spam burrito.
Here's what's worse, folks. In the country of Japan, evidently, it happened again. Here recently, the country of Japan sent out a false nuclear missile alert to all of its citizens.
And then retracted it because they realized, oh shit, this was a drill.
It was a drill. Same shit happened. It happened in Hawaii. However, this time, it was not a chicken burrito.
It was a cup of ramen.
No.
Oh.
They were heating up sweet and sour chicken. Chicken is going to be the end of the world without the world actually ending. Chicken! Chicken is going to end the world, not nuclear bombs. We're going to think nuclear bombs are coming, and when we all destroy society and go into an anarchy, it was over somebody using a microwave to cook fucking chicken!
Eat more beef.
Buy a goddamn microwave that doesn't have the same sounder as a push the button alarm.
Get those fucking rotary ones so as soon as it's done, it goes ding.
They had a video on YouTube where a girl cooked a whole fucking chicken in the flower pot at work. You should search that up.
No, I have seen it.
She cooked a whole chicken. She didn't microwave it because she could have shut down Facebook if the alarm went off. Chicken. It's going to be the end of the world.
Breathe. Bacon's telling you to breathe.
Little goddamn yard birds. They walk around in their own shit. It's going to be what brings this country to an end.
Fucking Tyson.
Jesus. So please, folks, when you're cooking your chicken, please use great care. You could bring total anarchy to the planet by just nuking a chicken burrito. Just saying.
Nuke the chicken, not the planet.
So folks, if you're in Japan or Hawaii evidently now, and you get a nuclear missile alarm that goes off on your phone, please contact your nuclear warning facility to make sure that the guy pushing the button isn't cooking food in the microwave.
Eat more beef.
Right? So there you go. Now, oh, you found this story. Please, by all means, run with it.
So apparently, we all know that the Super Bowl is going on tomorrow, which is the reason why that we are doing the show tonight.
Yeah, because we will not have enough time to do the show between me getting back from practice and the Super Bowl beginning.
Correct.
Eagles.
Yeah. So, apparently, some companies go ahead and let out, you know, little teasers of the commercials that they're going to be doing for the Super Bowl. Alright, cool. Awesome. Well, apparently a bunch of fucking snowflakes are all up in fucking arms and shit like that, going over saying there's not enough fucking women in commercials.
And there's not a We Too commercial for the Super Bowl. A Me Too commercial for the Super Bowl.
Now, I get Me Too. It's all about sexual assault, sexual abuse, all that stuff. I get it. Okay? I get it. But there's a reason why these commercials are not going to be going after this. Because usually, Super Bowl commercials are meant to be witty. It's meant to go ahead and, you know, pull shit, pull people, make them laugh. Oh, yeah. Huh. Remember the Anheuser-Busch commercial with the dog that was teaching the horse how to play football?
I love the goddamn Budweiser commercials. I always look forward to the Budweiser Clydesdale commercials in the Super Bowl.
I still remember my all-time favorite Budweiser commercial. It had the Clydesdales playing football. They were playing football, and it was the replay. It was the replay. It was a donkey. It was a donkey who was wearing a Refs jersey watching the replay. You had two cowboys sitting on the fence. So, you have one cowboy go, man, that referee's a jackass. And the other cowboy goes, nah, I think that's a donkey.
My favorite one was, of course, the year after, or the Super Bowl following September 11th, when they gave the tribute where you saw the Clydesdales they pulled into the park, and then all the Clydesdales lowered their head where the Twin Towers was.
Yes.
That was by far my favorite one. It actually made me cry.
I remember that.
But I love the Budweiser commercials.
They're great.
But what's got me miffed about this is they said there's not enough women in the commercials. 8 years ago, they didn't want. They said that there was too many women in the Super Bowl.
Because it objectified women.
Because we had, of course, twins. That was the big Coors Light thing for years.
Yes.
Okay. Budweiser had scantily clad women in their commercials.
Yes.
Okay. There was a time where there were cigarette ads in the Super Bowl commercials.
Yes.
And it was women objectified in that. But when you really think about the demographics where the women are objectified, who are they selling that product to?
Men.
Okay. But, you know, they say there's not enough women in the commercials. Okay.
You gotta understand, people.
See, here's the problem. If we made every single commercial in the Super Bowl 100% women, then they would bitch that we were overdoing the situation and lessening the movement. There's no way to win the argument.
So what these companies decided to do was decide to play it safe. They took actors that are tried and true, that everybody fucking knows, like David Schwimmer's going to be in one of them.
I can't wait to see what the fuck, oh God, what's the company that's doing a commercial? There's one where they keep dropping these little ads on YouTube or Facebook where, like, the dude, there's one where I think it's him where his eyes light up and light comes out of his mouth and shit. And if you think this is the ad, they were only showing one person what the actual ad is. And I'm just like, I keep going, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah. No, but there are going to be some women in this. Like, they're going to have Missy Elliott with Morgan Freeman for a Doritos commercial.
Morgan Freeman.
Titty sprinkles.
Is Morgan Freeman narrating the commercial?
No, he's in it.
He's in it.
With Missy Elliott.
So he's not narrating.
No, he's in it.
Okay.
It's a Doritos commercial.
So there's going to be a woman.
Well, there's.
In that commercial.
They were talking about how there
is not the M&Ms doing a commercial, and they're going to have the female M&M in the commercial.
I think they're talking about actual women.
Oh. We can't have cartoon depictions?
Apparently not, because apparently that's not good enough!
And of course, we don't have the Me Too groups not getting a commercial in the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
Because the Me Too organization could not raise enough money to pay for an ad in the Super Bowl. Folks, Super Bowl ads are all the way up. Some of them are $10 to $20 million for a 30-second slot. That's what you have to pay to get your commercial on. Not just that doesn't count making the commercial.
No.
That is to buy the 30-second time slot to have a commercial.
And that's the minimum. That's the minimum that you have to pay.
Between $15 to $20 million for a 30-second spit.
No, there are some who actually pay up to $50 to $60 million for the prime.
Oh, I know this because GoDaddy was paying remember the GoDaddy commercials with like Danica Patrick? Okay, they were paying $45 million per slot every time they did a Super Bowl ad. FedEx was paying $37 million for theirs.
Yeah, was it Anheuser-Busch? They pay anywhere between $60 to $70 million
for theirs.
For their slots because of the placement of the commercial.
Also determines the cost.
Exactly. Like, if you have commercials to come on...
If you pay $5 million for a commercial, you're getting the pre-show or the post-show of the Super Bowl. You're not getting during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no. And then the ones that pay, $60, $70 million, like Anheuser-Busch, that comes on right before halftime or right after halftime.
And like our commercial cost us $130 million. We just haven't paid for it yet.
No.
We're not going to either.
No. I mean, unless you guys want to go ahead and start doing a fundraiser for that.
GoFundMe. We can start one.
We could.
To help pay for our Super Bowl commercial.
But I don't think we're going to get $130 million by tonight.
You never know.
Trust me, with all these broke-ass motherfuckers that are fucking watching this show.
Dude, one guy said he'd make somebody pancakes to whoever donated the most on his GoFundMe page, and the dude made $4.5 million in an hour.
This just in, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody paid him $4.5 million. That was the highest donation.
So some of you know how mediocre my cooking is.
Jesus God.
I will cook you a mediocre meal.
See, there he is.
To whoever donates the highest amount.
Okay, so anyway, so the We Too movement, which don't get me wrong, I get it, or the Me Too movement, I get it. Okay, we need to bring awareness to sexual harassment in the workplace and in everyday commonplace. We need to bring awareness to sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is a thing. Okay, all right. But however, if your organization doesn't have the money to pay for a Super Bowl ad, it's not their fucking fault.
No.
Other corporations are willing to pay this kind of money to have an ad.
So you don't have to throw your fucking arms up and shit like that and fucking cause a fucking sting just because your snowflake ass don't have any fucking money.
Okay, I'm sorry. But if you don't have the money to pay for a Super Bowl ad, it's not the fact that they... Because trust me, if you walked in right now and you threw $70 million down on the table and said, I want an ad slot somewhere near halftime, guess what? You got an ad slot.
Guess what?
But, however, not entirely true. Not entirely true.
You're fucking idiots.
Because the one thing that I am upset about is there was a veterans organization that had the money to pay for an advertisement.
And they got turned down.
They got turned down because they were all about standing for the national anthem. And they had the money to pay for the commercial. And the NFL straight up rejected them.
Yeah.
Okay, which is well within their rights.
Yes. Because
the NFL controls that time slot that's being covered.
Yes.
Okay, so they control what ads air during their game. And they have the right to say no to whoever. However, the Me Too movement did not have the money to run the ad. We're not going to give you a free ad slot during the Super Bowl when there's billions of dollars being made off of that game.
Just because this is the land of the free doesn't mean that you're going to get free shit.
So I'm sorry. Like I said, I agree with the movement. You know, sexual harassment does need to be made a thing. You know,
well, it's already a thing.
Well, I mean, it needs knowledge, you know, investigations, penalizations to those who are perpetrators, and, you know, education to prevent it. To cause prevention needs to be done. But if you don't have the money for a Super Bowl ad, I'm sorry, you're not getting a Super Bowl ad time slot to make your video.
Fucking idiots.
It's not happening. You have no argument. You have no argument. The whole arguing about not enough women, already fine. The next year it'll be there wasn't enough Latino Americans and ad commercials in the Super Bowl. And then a year after that it'll be another one. And a year after that it'll be another one. Because nobody's fucking happy.
Well, you know what? I will say this. Since I've been watching the Super Bowl for 20-something years now, 25 years since I can actually understand what the fuck is going on.
I watch the Super Bowl every single year.
Not once have I seen a goddamn fucking Sri Lankan on any of those fucking commercials. But you don't see me fucking throw my hands up causing a fucking stink.
You just did.
I'm not saying that they have to, and I'm gonna fucking, protest
okay,
and
there
shit.
you go. Because you just bitched that you haven't seen a single one.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna fucking, throw my shit out there and be like, oh yeah, because I haven't seen this, you need to fucking do this, because I'm a fucking minority. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck you!
I would try to say I've never seen a Scotsman in a commercial, but that wouldn't be entirely true. I'm pretty sure there has been.
The Starburst commercial, the Paradox.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep. So there has been.
Yeah,
so.
Juicy and Chewy. You got the Korean Scot.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's right. I'm sorry, I'm out of luck. I have no complaints.
I knew a chick in Korea when I was stationed over there who was actually half
I'm not
Scottish,
sure
half
if we
Korean.
really need to tell this fucking story.
No, she was half Scottish, half Korean.
It happens.
She was an actual Korean Scot. Her mother was Korean, and her father was pure Scot.
Oh, well, hey, I can't argue it.
Her name was Grace.
That's funny.
Well, technically her name was Isul, which translated from Hangul, it's Grace. So her name was Isul Wallace.
Okay.
Yeah.
And moving on from this now, folks, you all know about Dr. Nassar. He was the physician that sexually assaulted multiple female athletes at Michigan State University.
Yes.
Okay. Well, my Hero of the Week award goes to the father of two of the victims. Both his daughters were assaulted by Dr. Nassar. In court during sentencing, the judge allowed him to get up to say some things at sentencing, because usually they do that, to help,
Cope.
It helps cope, and plus helps the jury make its decision.
Yes.
On what the sentencing is going to be.
Yeah, character witness.
Well, this dad stood up, and the judge had laid out the rules, told him no profanity, none of this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He said, okay, well, Your Honor, I was just wondering if it would be possible, then, if you would give me 5 minutes alone with this man in a locked room. And of course, the crowd kind of cheered. They kind of cheered a little bit. And he's like, would it be possible, Your Honor, to get 5 minutes in the room? And she's like, no, I cannot condone that. He goes, and Your Honor, can I get 1 minute in a locked room with this man? She goes, no, that's not how our justice system works. He goes, well, then I'm just going to have to get my own. And he jumped he didn't really, because there was a little door there.
No, he ran past, I think it was 3 sheriffs.
3 sheriffs.
Ran right past him, trying to get to Nasser.
Yep, and then one of them got him.
Grabbed him by the neck.
Which a 15-yard penalty was thrown on this officer for unnecessary roughness by tackling around the neck.
Threw him to the ground, and then you had like 8 people on top of him.
And the cameraman that was filming this
got penalized as well.
He got penalized because he just centered the ass of the female officer who actually had the handcuffs. Just had her ass dead center of the shot. But however, I'd have to say, in all honesty, I would have done the same damn thing. Now I will give nod to the judge. This guy committed multiple infractions by doing what he did.
In a courtroom.
In a courtroom. And they didn't charge him with shit.
Nope.
They didn't charge him with a damn thing. So, like I said, this father...
It was an act of passion.
This father gets my Hero of the Week award because, like I said, I'd have done the same shit.
Yeah. That's what
I don't know if I'd even gotten to the give me 5 minutes alone. As soon as I was within range of this guy, I would have probably been moving.
Yeah, and it's hard to fucking stop you.
Yeah. They might, the bailiff, or more than just the bailiff and the law enforcement there that are with Nassar, because he's been found guilty, so there's law enforcement in the room. Yeah. During sentencing, because anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have taken. I'm pretty sure the stenographer would have had to come out from the typewriter and fucking take me out. If someone touched my daughters, they would have made it to court. Just saying. No, I don't think they would have either. When you come to say it, I'm like, you know what? I'll go to prison at that point. I'll be all right with it.
I'll rip your fucking face off.
He would. I've seen it happen. He does it with chicken, which unfortunately sets off nuclear missile warnings.
Yeah, I've also done it downrange.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So,
no, but I'll never have kids, so people are safe.
So now in other news, because we found a whole bunch of other news.
A lot of other news.
You all know the band The Eagles. Great band. Don Henley, lead singer.
Yes.
Great singer. I liked his solo albums too. They were good too, but
Desperado.
They definitely have the one hit song. Or they have a lot of hit songs, most people who are not avid music followers know them for one song, and that would be the Hotel California. Okay, song about suicide.
Yes.
All right, because I had to ask, verify.
Yes. Yes.
I was on the right track. It does involve death.
Yeah, it's about suicide.
It's self-inflicted death. Anyway, there's a hotel in California named the Hotel California.
Not necessarily California. It's
okay.
Baja.
Baja. Okay, it's on the peninsula, just kind of south of California. Anyhow, they named their hotel the Hotel California, and they were publicly swearing it is the famous Hotel California that the song is about.
And when you walk into the lobby, you hear Hotel California playing.
And yeah, this lawsuit started
last year.
I think it was actually a couple years ago. Is when I first heard
No,
about
2016.
it. Yeah, so it was 2 years ago, and this lawsuit's been going back and forth because the Eagles are like, no, you don't have the right. You don't have the right to do this. That we own the rights to Hotel California and its likeness and the name of it as it is. Okay. Well, they went after him for copywriting infringement and everything else, and well, now that lawsuit is finally over. There was a settlement that was arranged in court that was undisclosed. Folks, I know some of y'all love some shit out there, okay, and I get that. However, you gotta understand when you name stuff, it's like when you see us on the show, notice that we take the labels off of bottles. Now, we know that the tobacco industry doesn't really care that we leave their logos there, okay? However, the bottling companies, there's been YouTubers that have shows, and if they have a bottle, if they have a Pepsi bottle or a Coke bottle or whatever product bottle on their video, and they haven't gotten authorization, they've shut down YouTube pages because of that, okay? So before you go doing something like this, just realize, you know, you gotta make sure that what you like is not already copyrighted or registered or trademarked. Because if it is and you do this, your ass is going to end up in court. Yeah. And you know what? It's dumb because if I want to, no, this is the world famous Hotel California. We're like, you have a lot of people commit suicide here? Is that a thing? I'm like, I don't think I want to stay here. I think I'll stay at the Motel 6 down the street.
You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave.
See, there you go. You know, no, you just can't do that. You know, I mean, I don't know. You just can't. And it's stupid. I don't even understand why it went on for 2 years. I think the judge should have turned around and looked right at him the moment they walked into court. Saturday goes, you all know y'all fucked up now. You either... And originally when it first started, all they wanted them to do originally...
was to rename everything.
Rename it. And stop saying it was the world famous Hotel California from the song. So originally this what started. Okay? And then they kept fighting it, so then the Eagles were like, no, then fine, bitch, this whole time you're operating as we want the money you've made off this hotel. Period. We want the money off of it. Yep. At one point, I think I even read somewhere that Don Henley tried to buy the hotel.
He did.
And they refused it. You know, so there you go.
So, moving on. Apparently, a university in Switzerland is now offering a degree in yodeling.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you've ever wanted to strive for that PhD in yodeling, it's now possible!
Hey, I think we should go so that way I can be as famous as the chicken yodeler.
I want to be like that Asian dude.
That's the chicken yodeler.
That's a chick?
No, the chicken yodeler.
Oh, the chicken yodeler. Yeah, I want to be that dude. I wonder if that's the guy who's teaching a class.
That would be fucking awesome.
That would be awesome if the chicken yodeler was the one that was teaching the class.
Hello, PJ.
That would be amazing. Because that, I watched that one video and I was like, I think I watched enough times that finally I was just like, I noticed myself, I was doing this and I'm like...
Oh, the one where he takes the chicken, he throws it out and turns it into a fucking ninja?
Yeah, but then it's like, but the way he's doing the yodeling, it's all it's in this way he's doing the rhythming on it.
Yeah.
And I found myself going...
And trying to yodel with him.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting into a yodeling song. This should not be happening. So, if you want to get your degree in yodeling, it is now available.
I'd totally do it.
I'm not sure how that would help with career fields.
Well, you know, there
I don't know how that would look on the resume.
I mean, there are a lot of yodeling competitions, especially in like Germany.
But a degree?
It would help for you to win.
Yeah, but the thing is imagine putting that on your fucking resume. Imagine imagine walking into a business. You've got your resume and you got your section where it's got all your college education.
Degree in
yodeling. And in there it says you have your master's in yodeling. You're not going to get the job. You know why? Because the guy who's interviewing you is probably going to look at this and go, how fucking stoned were you when you wrote your goddamn resume?
Probably as stoned as those two dudes that had the drum and the little fucking keyboard. Those guys were fucking stoned.
I'm willing to bet though, if you get good at it, I mean, you got a possibility of a career in yodeling because look at that guy in Russia that all he does is makes the weird sounds.
Yeah,
and he's a hit sensation.
Yeah, I know exactly what the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy's a freaking sensation. And,
that one.
I'm like,
I mean, think about it. If you actually do get a degree in yodeling, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into yodeling. You have breath control, you have muscle control, you got all these things that go with it to where you can actually get a job in the music industry as a coach.
You could. You very well could. I don't know. But hey, if you want to, like, next to basket weaving, that's about the equivalent of this degree.
Underwater basket weaving.
Underwater basket weaving. Which
you have to add the underwater part.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. So there you go. So there it is, folks. If you want a degree, if you ever wanted to pursue a degree in yodeling, it's available.
Yes. Now, moving on. Apparently, in France.
The
main zoo in France had this really, really, really abnormal thing fucking happen. Apparently, they were calling it the Great Baboon Escape.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This just in, over 50 baboons have escaped from the prison. The warden was confused. When the warden was interviewed on the major media networks, he said, I'm not sure what was happening, but prior to the escape, there was a lot of monkeying around.
Lots of fucking monkey business.
I couldn't help it.
No.
I couldn't. You gotta fit some kind of monkeying around joke.
If your name was George, I'd call you Curious. But no, it's Rich.
There's so many monkey references that you could find in that. Yeah, Bacon already said boo. He totally didn't like where we went with it.
Like I give a shit.
Right. So yes. So evidently they were able to find him though. They were able to locate all of the baboons. They had found themselves at a strip club.
Showing the strippers how to climb a pole.
Evidently, it was. There was, from what I heard though, it was the most packed that strip club's been in decades.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So, there you go. They found them all right there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Red Cheeks up on main stage.
Right. Now I got the fucking visual image.
It doesn't help that I actually used to be a DJ.
It doesn't help that both of us have worked in strip clubs.
This is very true.
Because so the visualization is very easy.
You can't buy love, you can sure as hell rent it for 2 minutes and 30 seconds at a time.
There you go. From anywhere between $20 to $100, depending on which girl it is. If it's the one missing a leg that doesn't and only has one eye, that's $20.
Oh, that sounds like what is it? Oh man, what was that one strip club outside of fucking Fort Sill? Sidewinders.
Oh god, Sidewinders. Oh my god. I think I got drunk and went there once. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as the one that was outside of Fort Gordon.
Oh my god.
That one was an all nude club, and there was one girl that. Oh my god.
How do we go from baboons to strip clubs?
This girl, like, I guess she tried to trim her shit, but forgot one hair for like a while. Because, like, in the shadowy light, you saw when there was one.
A wisp.
There was one hair.
It was a wisp.
It's fucking long. Then I just looked at my buddies from Fort Gordon. I'm like,
it was her pet.
I'm like, dude, we've hit an all-time low.
So, moving on.
Moving on, the Continental. That's right.
An East Village of New York.
In New York has banned the word literally. Because evidently literally is the most annoyingly most used word ever. Personally, I think moist is probably one of the most annoying words, misused words ever.
Like literally.
Like literally the most most annoying word used. However, don't worry about it. They have implemented their own security department at the Continental. That's right, John Wick is shooting anyone who says literally.
Because we all know that John Wick always breaks the Continental rules.
There you go. I mean, I couldn't help it as soon as you read me the story earlier. You said it was the Continental, and I'm like, the only thing I can think of is what's its name building there in New York, and I'm like, this is a story. This is a lead up to John Wick 3.
Hey, do you know what we should do? We should get a strip club and call it the Continental.
You cannot conduct business on continental grounds.
Fill it with baboons.
Literally is literally the most literal word in a literal alphabet. Literally.
It's almost as... what is that word? Versatile as the word fuck.
Fuck the fucking fuckers. That's almost every word in the sentence. Almost.
Fuck the fucking fuck.
That's still almost every word in the sentence.
That is literally a fucking sentence.
It is. So there you go. A lot of F-bombs being dropped right there.
Fuck.
Okay. So, yeah, if you go to the Continental in New York, don't say literally. They will kick you the fuck out.
Now, moving on down from the north all the way down to New Orleans.
The dirty South.
The dirty, dirty South. Apparently, when, you know, the fucking street cleaners of fucking New Orleans decided to go and start cleaning out the water systems and the sewers.
Yes, and we just had Mardi Gras.
Yeah, they found over 93,000 fucking pounds of Mardi Gras beads.
Or is Mardi Gras this weekend? Because isn't Fat Tuesday the first Tuesday in February?
Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday is the first February Tuesday, so...
Fat Tuesday is the Tuesday before Lent.
Are we at Lent?
Not yet.
So, this upcoming Tuesday, so...
I think so.
This is a story maybe about Mardi Gras last year.
Oh, it might be just cumulative because they haven't cleaned the fucking sewers in that long.
Okay. Since Kill Mill is no longer watching this show.
Yeah, apparently... Hey! Bacon! Google foo!
Yeah, right? I shouldn't be doing this.
Bacon, Google foo.
Okay. Find out, is Mardi Gras last weekend or is it this weekend? Well, why would they do it on Super Bowl weekend? That wouldn't make any sense. No. But, I mean... Well, Mardi Gras...
No, it was last weekend.
It was last weekend.
Yeah, Mardi Gras was last weekend.
Yeah.
And they found over 93,000 fucking pounds of Mardi Gras beads in the fucking sewers.
This February 3rd through February 9th. So actually...
February 3rd through March 9th is Lent.
Is Lent.
So that means...
Yeah, I was going to
say... So Fat Tuesday was this past Tuesday.
Yeah, Mardi Gras cannot be an entire month.
No, it was this
There's
past
not
Tuesday.
enough booze and
So that means
beads
it was
on
this
the
past
planet.
weekend. That means it was this past weekend.
It was this past weekend.
This past weekend.
Okay, so there you go. So okay, you know what that tells? 93,000 pounds, 93 tons of Mardi Gras beads. 93 tons of Mardi Gras beads. Mardi Gras is scheduled 47 days before Easter and can occur on any Tuesday from February 3rd through March 9th. Plan to come to Mardi Gras at your first opportunity, February 13th, 2018.
So Mardi Gras has not happened until next week.
Yeah, so okay, so this is a report off of maybe last year.
No, this was put up yesterday.
I get that, but they could still be doing a report about what they found last year prior to Mardi Gras.
Probably.
You know, telling a story about something that happened last year at Mardi Gras.
Well, it could be that they haven't cleaned it since then.
We obviously did not do enough research on this story to know when the fuck this story happened.
All I know is that it was posted yesterday. The story itself was posted yesterday.
Posted about a hot dog eating contest that happened in 2016 yesterday. It doesn't mean it happened yesterday.
Because of the flooding.
This happened because of the flooding and the storm drains flooded. Okay, well, this is true.
Yeah.
But still, when you think, you know, I was thinking about it, it was like 93 tons of Mardi Gras beads found in the sewers.
So it's probably cumulative over the years.
Those should not be the tits you were throwing beads at if they're in the sewers.
No.
No. You usually want to throw them up on the balconies.
Yes.
The ones in the sewers, they're in there for a reason. They dug out so much trash. I wouldn't doubt it. I will say, I've been to Mardi Gras once.
I've never been to New Orleans.
Nope. I went to Mardi Gras one time. And I will tell you that I woke up early like always. It doesn't matter how much I drink and when I go to bed. I will wake the fuck up early in the morning. I woke up early in the morning and walked out on the street. And they were in the process of cleaning. And that place looked like a fucking natural disaster had happened.
Katrina Part 2?
Not quite.
Oh, was that too soon?
No, but not quite. Katrina Part 2, because, well, Katrina hadn't happened when I was there. This was back in the 90s.
Resale value of those beads. Sewer beads for sewer tits.
Ugh. I will say, there was a few women out there that got beads thrown at them. I'm like, y'all wasting your beads. Come on. Yeah. I mean, there was one, I was like, lady, you got grandkids. Put them puppies away.
I mean, but then again, you probably have those guys that are like completely fucking virgins. They're like, oh, boobs, boobs, boobs.
You can tell who the dumb, young, with money ones were, because these guys are walking around with beads from like here to here, here to here. They got tons of them, and they're throwing them at any set of boobs that come their way. Any of them. I have four sets of beads. Because a pack of 4 of them was like $30. Right? They had to be damn good to get them. and it is rare because I had already worked at a strip club at this point as a bouncer. Yeah. They gotta be damn good. Okay? So, you know, yeah, so 93 tons. Folks, when you're I get being at celebrations and getting drunk and getting goofy, but come on. Throwing the shit in the streets and trashing the joint is not something you should do.
No.
It really isn't.
That's just bad on you.
93,000 pounds of them, 46 tons of trash.
Yeah, 93,000 pounds, 46 tons.
Oh shit. I didn't divide it in half, did I?
Nope.
I didn't. I fucked up.
Shame.
I apologize.
Shame.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's my fault because I didn't catch him on it.
I did not divide the number in half because it takes 2,000 pounds to be a ton. So 93,000 divided by half, you cut the zeros off, that gives you a ton rating. My bad. I apologize. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. It's still a shit ton of trash. So yeah, folks, when you go out to party in these big party events and stuff like that, take out what you can handle.
Or take out the trash.
Or you know what? If you got a buddy that's one of those ones, well, I'll go, but I ain't gonna drink. Give him a trash bag. Give him a trash bag.
Damn it, yeah, because I'm always DD. Fuck!
You know, so that way, that way, when you're done drinking your beer, you're like, hey, bro, come here. Do your part for the community. Enjoy. Look at titties. Throw beads at them. At girls. You know, with nice boobage. You know, get drunk. But have a designated trash guy. What little bit you could do for your community will make the community beautiful all the way around. The more you know.
I mean, then again, it is the French Quarter, and the French are pretty fucking dirty.
Doesn't mean we have to be. We're Americans.
Yeah, that's true. I still want some of that Cafe du Monde fucking coffee, though. With the fucking chicory.
Oh, it's good.
Man.
It's good. It's good. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you that.
I haven't had it fresh, but I've had the actual Cafe du Monde can.
Oh, no. We went to a place that served it.
Yeah, Cafe du Monde.
No, we didn't get in there.
Oh.
There was... Trust me, it's served in more places than
I'm sure
just Cafe du Monde. Cafe du Monde at any time of the day
is always fucking packed.
It's always packed. However, we went into another place and they said that they served Cafe du Monde, and I was like, I want some. Fucking phenomenal. I love coffee. You know this. Everybody knows this. I do not move unless coffee has moved into me first. If I have to move without coffee, motherfuckers are gonna die. Okay.
And then he'll just shit.
Okay. And even if it's shitty coffee, it's still fucking coffee. I went in there and I was like, I could drink this shit all day. Easily all day. Stuff is great. Really great. And while I was down there too, I also did have alligator.
Alligator souffle.
Actually, no.
What?
No. I didn't do souffle. Actually, piece of
alligator steak.
Kind of, yeah. It was about that big, about that thick.
Yeah, alligator steak.
It's actually done really good. It was really tasty.
Oh yeah, alligator is fucking good.
You know, there's a lot of people right now that are in the PETA organization that are jumping off of fucking cliffs.
I mean, hell, the way that the guy...
Now, my PETA organization is not jumping off cliffs. They're like, right on, man, because I'm with the people for eating tasty animals.
Me too.
Okay, not the people for ethical treatment of animals that you know, always yell at you they always yell at you about the treatment of animals and using them for testing and everything else while they wear leather shoes.
The only good-looking member of PETA is Pamela Anderson.
But these people yell at you while they're wearing leather shoes.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Can't really take you serious in your cause when you're wearing animal skin.
Fucking idiots. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, so we are working on possibly getting beer koozies that say...
Fucking idiots. And don't do stupid shit.
Or was it don't be fucking stupid?
Yeah, don't be fucking stupid.
And we're going to put those on beer koozies.
And fucking idiots.
Yeah, we're going to put those in. It's Raj and Rich show. So if you guys want to... You guys want some of those, you got to let us know. We'll figure out how much it's going to cost to get them made, and then we'll figure out how much we'll charge people for them.
I think more people will buy this Rich and Miranda show.
I do not. Now shut up.
Okay.
Look at this. More viewers.
I don't know. I wasn't here last week.
I was. Okay. So anyway, so moving on from that.
So, how we were talking about PETA and the people for ethical treatment of animals.
I love how sometimes we do tie the stories together unintentionally.
It just happens.
We did not set this shit up.
So apparently this next story is a story about how a man bites a dog. So, the funny thing is...
Hey, isn't it like they always say, it's not the size of the bark, it's the size of the bite?
Yes.
This guy, that's for dogs, people, not humans.
Yeah. So apparently this one dude was being chased by the fucking cops. Decided to hide under a pile of fucking laundry. Well, it just so happens that a fucking canine unit decided to fucking sniff him out. Canine unit fucking sniffed him out. He grabbed a hold of the dog, choked it, and bit the fucking dog.
I bet the dog was confused as fuck.
The dog's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
That's my job.
Fucking idiot.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering what would have probably happened to that guy, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when you attack a police dog,
that's like attacking a police officer.
That is assault on a police officer. It is a felony.
Yep.
And because you bit him, not only it is assault on a peace officer with the intent to do bodily harm.
It's also assault with biological contamination.
Well, that's not. They don't really throw that charge in. Not really.
Well, they do in the prison.
Prison, yes, not in the field. The DA will usually go, well, we're tossing that out. Okay, assault assault on a peace officer is one felony. Assault with a peace officer with the intent to do bodily harm is another. This guy's looking at 20 years.
On top of that, animal abuse.
No, they actually won't. In order to label it that it's assault on a peace officer, animal abuse cannot be on the table.
Yeah.
Because I always ask them, so do we get them for animal abuse too? And they go, no, because they're considered a law enforcement officer. Yeah. Animal abuse is not considered in the factor. Okay. Yeah. So this guy's looking at 20 fucking years for biting a police dog. Moron. God, you're fucking stupid.
Stop doing stupid shit.
Right? So, I mean, it just... God. I mean, people and fucking... But, I will say, I'm pretty damn sure that animal got revenge.
Well, here's the thing. Now, I enjoy biting into an animal as long as it's already dead and cooked and prepared properly.
Not ice cold.
No. Well...
Should be quarantined. 20 years sounds good. Yes, there you go.
So the thing is, I'm all for biting into an animal that's already dead and prepared and fucking tasty as shit.
Seasoned well.
Seasoned well. I love steak.
So what?
I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. I mean, can't you tell I'm fucking fat as shit?
Yeah.
Anyways, but I'm not really one to go ahead and bite a... Well, actually, no, I had to take that back because there has been a few times I bit Rocca.
Okay. There's a difference.
Yeah, because I was doing 2 certain.
The guy was resisting arrest, attempting to flee.
Yeah.
And then biting a law enforcement officer.
Fucking ankle biters.
I mean, my God. But I'm pretty sure the dog probably bit him back.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he also got tased.
And animals can get revenge, living or dead.
Yes.
They can. Just like a dead goose. It got revenge.
Yes, it did.
The guy was out hunting in the field one day. In Maryland.
With 3 of his buddies.
Yes, and a goose they shot.
So what they did was, there was a flock of Canadian geese that was flying. Dude ends up pointing his fucking shotgun and fires into the fucking flock.
Which is what you do.
Yes, which is what you do. So apparently, this goose that he hit, which was killed due to the wounds that were inflicted by the shotgun, fell out of the sky from the flock and hit the hunter
in the head
and knocked him unconscious.
Yes. Payback's a bitch.
Payback is a bitch.
So for those of you anti-hunter people out there, there's a story of heroism from a dead goose.
So apparently the reports say that even though he was knocked unconscious, when he came to, he knew who he was, but he didn't know anything else after that.
Well, I mean, 1 minute you're shooting geese, the next minute your buddies are waking you the fuck up. Yeah.
So he was
How do you know?
So he was taken to the hospital in Baltimore, Maryland, where he is in stable condition.
He was treated for his injuries, you know, obviously had injuries.
And he was told to stop doing stupid shit.
Pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I go goose hunting. It's fine. I've eaten goose.
I have, but you can't shoot geese. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not geese. It's a swan in England. You can't shoot swan.
Well, who the fuck wants to shoot a swan?
I don't know. Oh wait, no, you can't shoot geese in England either.
But who the fuck wants to shoot a swan?
Some people are fucking idiots.
I don't get that. Well, let's shoot a swan.
Yeah.
Why?
But also in England, you can't shoot geese.
Now I do know that swan used to be served for royalty.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, but you also cannot shoot geese in England because under charter in England, all geese of the country belong to the Queen. So they are a protected animal.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. So don't expect to go to England and go goose hunting. It's not going to happen.
Weird laws of the world.
One of these days we'll do a show on stupid and weird laws.
I mean, just like how also in England, a pregnant woman can take a piss anywhere. Just like how she can ask for an officer's hat and pee in it, and she'll be completely okay.
Yeah, that's true. I'd like to see one try that now.
They still can in England.
I'd like to see somebody try that now.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
All right, so moving on from that.
So apparently a Florida man. Florida. By the name of Alexander Sperber went ahead and decided to rob a bank.
Yes, he decided he needed the money in the bank. However, it is the way he committed that robbery that we call into question.
So apparently he's now being nicknamed and being dubbed the Naked Robber.
Because Mr. Sperber decided he was not only going to rob this bank, he was going to rob this bank
naked.
Completely.
The way that it happened was he went into the bank, he went ahead, got the money, you know, stole and everything like that, but there was a dye packet in it. Just like how anything happens with a fucking bank robbery.
Yep, you go in there, you open up the bag to check your loot, you go to grab the money, and kablooey!
So apparently when he ran out, he opened up the bag and the dye packet went off. It covered in red dye. So what he did was he took off all of his fucking clothes, ran down the street naked, and started throwing the money around, yelling and screaming.
Yep.
So when he finally got arrested and taken into court, they threw the case out because of insanity.
Yeah.
So if you're going to rob a bank, that is one way to get out of it.
If you're going to do it, rob it naked. Then plead insanity.
Yes.
Get away with it.
As long as you don't keep the money.
Yeah. And once you gave the money away,
yeah,
while he was fleeing.
The fucking money
that you can't use.
Yeah, I know.
Because once the dye packs go off, the money is considered no good. They have to turn it into the U.S. Treasury, and the U.S. Treasury has to issue them new money.
Yes. After they go ahead, take that money.
Like, if you ever wonder what happens to that money you find, it's like you tear your money in half, and you take it to the bank, and they'll give you another bill. They turn it into the Treasury Department. Treasury Department gives them credit towards it, and they get new bills.
And then what the Treasury Department will do is they'll go ahead and take that, they'll recycle it.
Yep.
And then make new ones.
Yep, shred it up and turn it into a pulp and remake the paper and redo money.
Because the paper is not only paper, it also has denim strands in it.
Yep. And it's a specific formula so that you cannot recreate it.
Or counterfeit it.
To counterfeit it. No matter how good you are at putting the strips in it and everything else, you cannot recreate the paper.
Nope.
It is an extremely closely guarded secret.
Yes.
It is guarded so much so that if you're caught trying to figure it out, if you go to, like, you can go on a tour of the U.S. Treasury.
Yes.
Okay. And they have examples of the paper that's blank.
Mm-hmm.
If they catch you trying to get a hold of the paper, they will shoot you.
Yes.
That's how closely guarded the secret to the formula of how they make the paper for money is.
They'll shoot you dead. So don't be a fucking idiot.
There you go. But anyway, so yeah, so like I said, if you're going to rob a bank, do it naked. That way you can plead insanity. You know, it's the best way to do it.
Yes.
So, well, that's all the stories we have for tonight.
That is all the stories we have for tonight.
See, I told you, people wanted you on the show.
No, I only counted like 3.
Dude, everybody watched the show had no issue with you being on the show. So there we go. We got it. The Raj and Red show will continue on.
Maybe.
No, it's going to continue on. Even if we move to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well bring that up real quick.
That might be a thing.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I've found out here recently that it's going to become a high probability that my job is going to take me to Florida.
And I was asked to tag along.
Yep, we're going to bring them along.
Maybe.
So, right now, not 100% when this is going to happen or if this is going to happen, but it is something that is in the works and being discussed.
It is definitely being discussed and thought about.
Yes. So just giving you an update on things to come. That doesn't mean that we are not still going to do the drawing if we get to 100 subscribers.
Correct.
You know,
because the show will continue to go on.
It will go on.
Just because we're not in the area doesn't mean that's not going to fucking happen.
It's still going to happen. And that means that if we do get to 100 subscribers, we are going to have another drawing. We're going to give away a brand new Toyota. Brand new.
Brand new Toyota.
Yep. So, there you go. So, folks, don't think if we move, we may have to go like a week or two without the show while we're setting everything up.
Maybe.
But, you know, if we do have to move locations, we're still going to stick to that. You know, we got our custom URL. How the deal, you know, stuff like that. Like I said, though, it's still in a discussion phase, so don't get upset. But, you know, as a person who believes in transparency, it's not something that I want to hit our fans with at the last second. Well, hey, we're not going to be on the show for 2 weeks because we're going to be moving all of our shit to Florida.
And if we don't end up moving to Florida, I still plan on moving to Alaska. At some point. Because I like Alaska.
I like Alaska too, but just to visit. I know I spent 6 months there.
Yeah. I actually do want to live there.
I don't. I don't. I don't. They have bears there that will fucking kill you.
I know.
The black bears in California, you can scare them off. The grizzly bears, when you try to scare them off, kind of look at you and go,
I want to get trampled by a moose.
I do not.
They're fucking huge.
I still like the fact that one of our academy instructors, in fact, the range instructor, was with the Anchorage PD, and he said, "You've never lived until you get a call to go out and have to dispatch a moose." He said, "You've never lived till you get that call." He said, "When you got to go out there and take your shotgun and put down a moose, nothing like it."
Those things are fucking huge.
They're massive. I've never seen a moose up close and personal. I've seen polar bears, but not moose.
I've seen a video where this one hunter, he was crouching behind a tree because a moose was coming up, and he was crouched, and he was up on a hill, and the moose was coming down, was a little bit lower. Even when he was kneeling, trying to hide behind the tree, you can see the line of his head in comparison with the body of the moose, and it was under. His top of his head was under the shoulder.
Yeah, mooses are huge, dude. They're horses with racks.
Yeah, they are. It's fucking amazing.
They're massive. I've never seen, like I said, I've never seen one in person. I've only seen them on video.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see one in person because those things get nasty.
You know what? If I move to Alaska, I'm gonna get a ranch. I actually know when I move to Alaska, I'm gonna get a ranch. And I'm gonna raise moose.
That makes sense. It does with you. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, folks, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for tonight.
I'm Raj.
And I'm Rich, and people were probably wondering, what about the Super Bowl? I talked about the Super Bowl already. Talked about it last week. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be close. Okay? If you're just a person once in a while watching a football game, you probably won't enjoy the game. If you're a person who's actually a fan of the sport, you'll enjoy the game.
I just watch it for the commercials.
There you go. So anyway, he's Raj. I'm Rich. And we're out of here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful night. Don't do what we wouldn't do, which doesn't leave you much room for error. And we'll catch you next week. So, see ya!